As one of the oldest and most famous brands in the world, Rolls-Royce have been providing luxury motor cars to the uber-rich for over a century.
Everything about the vehicle, it just shouts out luxury, it shouts out success.
Well, you relate a Rolls-Royce to money. You automatically think, oh, he's got to have a few bob.
It's opulence because you dare to drive a car like that.
It's nice to drive somewhere and people are going to welcome you like you own the place.
But to keep the world's wealthy happy with their wheels, it takes a special kind of dedication.
The mirrors are not clean, the window is not clean. You need to develop an eye for the water drops. I mean, this is a very precious car. It must be like a diamond.
In a year when Rolls-Royce are building their most expensive car ever, we meet the people willing to go to extraordinary lengths for motoring perfection.
It's not easy to be number one.
I think you have to be a little bit OCD.
I think in total the whole job has 446 diamonds in it, almost 25 carats.
Everything that's been done here will be done again. Everything.
Tucked away on the Goodwood estate in West Sussex is the current home of Rolls-Royce motor cars.
Front of house manager at Rolls-Royce is ensuring I present a befitting experience for all our customer and visitors to Rolls-Royce. I check everything from tree length to grass length. The grass at the moment is looking a little thicker than it normally is, but that's because we've had to wait for it to grow back after the extremely cruel summer that we've had this year. The first things people see when they walk into reception is one of our quotes from one of our founders, Sir Henry Royce, which is take the best that exists and make it better. As you can see, we have our Rolls-Royce visitors book. We also have a VIP signing in book, which is where our VIPs, celebrities, high-profile customers or guests will actually sign as well.
And is it possible to have a look at that VIP book?
It isn't, unfortunately, no, because obviously it contains their signatures. A wonderful collection book for an autograph hunter, but unfortunately, yeah, it remains confidential.
Rolls-Royce was founded in 1906 by motoring enthusiasts Charles Rolls and Henry Royce. Their aim? To build the perfect motor car.
Perfection basically requires obsession in every single detail. If you see that attention to detail and the immaculate quality of every single material, the whole car, the wheels, all the chrome works, even those details here. There's so many things I could talk about. The quality of the seats, the riding comfort, the reliability, the engine. This is just fantastic.
As head of marketing, Mark Milau's job is to make sure the world loves Rolls-Royce as much as he does.
First, when you come to the car, you touch a full solid metal door handle, and then you open it. It's just a special occasion. Most of the people ask, where's the umbrella? Because everyone knows there's an umbrella hidden in every Rolls-Royce. Here in that car, it's just in the front wing. It's very effortless.
British car exports now exceed £100 million a year. And built into
Providing luxury in unexpected ways is something Rolls-Royce have always tried to do.
Electric razors, for example.
Well, it really is something to get lit up about.
But gadgetry alone is not enough to keep their customers inspired. Each year, Rolls-Royce build a one-off collection car to help invigorate their appeal.
One of the things we do, for example, is to look into the past. We did a car last year, which is quite interesting. It's a car, it's called the Aviator. And the Aviator was inspired basically by Charles Rolls. And Charles Rolls, he was a pioneer aviator. And we thought, what might be the car he would drive in that century? So this is where we worked together with our designers to come up with really crazy ideas. For example, the wood interior was inspired by the propeller of a classic aeroplane. This car had even like a jet fighter clock.
This year, to mark the 10th anniversary of their new factory, Rolls-Royce are building the most expensive car they've ever made.
We're now heading to maybe the most exciting, most extraordinary collection car we've ever done. It's called the Celestial. And it's basically a celebration, and it's inspired by the night over Goodwood on the 1st of January 2003, when we've handed over the first Phantom to our first customer. And this car is very special because it carries lots of really extraordinary pieces of craftsmanship.
Over the next 4 weeks, the one-off Celestial will be built around Rolls-Royce's vision of the night sky. They've designed a paint that contains glass flakes to give greater depth, and a roof that lights up with over 500 stars. But what pushes the Celestial into a whole new price range is the interior decorations.
What makes it the pinnacle of luxury is that we put diamonds in the car. So basically the whole rear compartment is surrounded by little diamonds, but not to show off the wealth of the potential owner of the car. It's more like the most natural translation of a star into reality.
Making a diamond-decorated car a reality requires highly specialised craftsmanship. So Rolls-Royce have employed one of the UK's leading goldsmiths.
This is a very exclusive project. I've never known this to be done before in any motor car.
Richard Fox's workshop has the task of setting over 400 diamonds into the Celestial's interior.
This is one of the door cappings. And we're going to insert the diamonds into the drill holes. We're using beautiful diamonds of very high quality. We're certainly involved in the tens of thousands of pounds, without doubt. And then, of course, you've got all the 18-carat white gold. So this project is not for the man on the street, shall we say.
Each brilliant cut diamond is fitted into an 18-carat white gold tube and positioned at exactly the same height.
I don't think people realise the amount of time that's spent on a project such as this. Somewhere in the region of about 350 hours, which is an extraordinary length of time.
Cars like the Celestial are designed to encourage buyers to customise their own car.
The idea of a collection car is quite important for us because this is a way how we can actually stimulate demand. It's an inspiration for people to do their own bespoke cars, to create their own interpretation of a Rolls-Royce.
The starting price for a new Rolls-Royce is £200,000, but the majority of customers spend at least another £50,000 on bespoke extras.
Okay, so this is a ostrich skin, some samples of the crocodile skin, rabbit pelts. If we don't investigate these things and somebody asks for them at a later date, then we'll get caught out.
Walnut, elm, this is mahogany, this is nice. Olive ash, this is bleached ash, Santos palisander. All of this here is going to turn into interior parts for the car. This will be the top of your doors. This will be your horn push buttons. It'll be your telephone drawer. It'll be all the hard parts of the car that you can touch, which aren't covered in leather.
To meet the customer's desire for uniqueness, the workshops are under constant pressure to come up with new ideas.
This is a special colour we developed. The pigment used in this was real gold. Would be horrendously expensive to do it. I think probably north of £50,000 to do a car in this type of colour.
Richard, hello. Good to see you. We've walked about.
The average Rolls-Royce customer already owns 7 or 8 other cars.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur Paul Bailey has 62.
My birthday's coming up. I wanted to treat myself to something really special, and the Rolls-Royce Wraith is the top of anyone's birthday list for sure.
Paul has ordered a large amount of extras to guarantee his latest car stands out from the crowd.
The base price of the Wraith is $235,000, and so I've spent about 120 grand on options. The paint here is a very expensive option. We've called it Selena Red. We had to name it, so I named it after my wife, which was a brownie point for me. The chrome wheels are an expensive option. We've obviously got this very brilliant silver on the roof, so we've got a great contrast. And then we've gone with night vision, lane departure, head-up display. And I'm very comfortable that if I park this against another Wraith, I'm not going to have somebody else thinking they've got a nicer one than I've got.
Having spent 6 months working on the Celestial's diamond-studded panels, Richard Fox has brought them in for inspection. One of the people in charge of quality control on this job is woodshop manager John McWilliam.
My role is to make sure that the product is up to scratch, completely perfect. There will be no compromise, no little concessions.
The first panel is given the all clear. The second panel is the one that will contain the clock and will be the most visible to the customer.
See it right there. I don't expect to notice anything on the part. Nothing should draw my attention. If it draws my attention, there's something wrong with it.
One or two here that are slightly lower and this one that's slightly proud.
Imperfections have been found.
It's not good enough for our customer.
After intense scrutiny, the panel is rejected.
It was noted that one or two of the diamonds, in fact I think there were about 4 or 5 diamonds, maybe 6, that were either too low.
Rolls-Royce.
I'm a car lover, so each car has its own mood. If I'm in the mood of driving fast, I would drive the Ferrari. If I'm in the mood of enjoying my time, listen to good music, think, resource myself, spend some time with myself, I would take the Rolls.
Everyone will stop and turn, and everybody wants to see who's in it. You know, everybody thinks it's going to be Simon Cowell or somebody like that.
The umbrella is a very nice gesture and the Rolls Royce. Unfortunately, we don't use it over here. It doesn't rain much.
For much of their 110-year history, Rolls-Royce have been associated with a regal and privileged customer.
Hundreds of thousands will be drawn to Earl's Court to see the whole range of 1961 models. From the Rolls-Royce Phantom 5, going for about 10,700.
Competition among luxury car makers has always been fierce, and Rolls-Royce do their best to keep heads turning at every motor show.
Another look behind the scenes of luxury brands on Sunday night, the £1 million necklace inside Boodles at 8 o'clock. And if you want to be able to afford this stuff, you might just learn something from How to Be a Billionaire. It's on 4OD right now. It's as sound as one of those new 12-sided pounds. That's right, topical continuity. Box ticked. 8 out of 10 Catsters Countdown next.